Welcome to NothingisOB South Texas Golf Podcast with your host, Andy Torres. Hey guys, welcome to NothingisOB South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 89. We are almost there. We're almost there, right? We are getting up there to the big 100. All right, we're getting up there. Now tonight, I got a special guest on right here. I don't know if you can see it right there. There we go. All right, I got Putting for Pops chairman Jaime Luna. He is your State Farm agent. Well, he's my State Farm agent, and he's going to talk just a little bit about the Putting for Pops, where everything came to be, how it all came to be, where it all started. We're also going to have on a special guest tonight. We're also going to have Glenn Rodriguez on tonight from the Smokin Cowboys Smokers, who is going to be grilling out there for us for the tournament and for all the participants out there. Man, he tore it up last year. Now, him and his crew, they made the brisket sandwiches. And I ain't going to lie, I was going to wait to tell him when he got on the show, but I had like 4 or 5 of those. I kept going back and I was taking my hat off. I was going in disguise. Man, that brisket was super tender. It was flavorful. There's some great people as well. So we're going to have him on the show. He's going to talk just a little bit about the Smokin Cowboys Smokers. And here's my man, Jaime Luna.
Hey, what's up, Andy? Thanks for having me on the show today.
Oh, man, thanks so much for being on, Jaime. I appreciate it. I know you're a little under the weather. People are going to say, man, is this guy hungover or what? He gets on the podcast already hungover?
No, man, just going through a little allergy season here. And you know how it is in the hill country of Texas down here.
Well, hey, man, thanks so much for being on the show. We got a lot going on as of our conference call on Tuesday. A lot of stuff. I think I made the mistake of asking you that I wanted to be part of the tournament committee, man. There's just so much stuff that I'm a dumb guy, right? It took me 7 years to get a 4-year college degree, right? So you know what? There's a lot of stuff over my head, but I know we're doing some great things with the Putting for Pops.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The tournament started, this is now our 7th annual, way back when, unfortunately, I lost my uncle due to cancer. It was a pretty quick turn of events where, he passed away, after being diagnosed in November, passed away in July. And those bills piled up quickly for my family and my aunt and cousins and so forth. So when he did pass, there was a little bit of a gap between when the life insurance would pay out to help them out with everything, and then when it was finally kind of settled. So we put together this on a quick whim, called out to all friends, a bunch of family. One of our, board members, Paul Bimler, who at the time was the general manager at Fair Oaks, and I said, hey, man, how do I get a tournament together? And he kind of guided us to it. And so we just, I put together, I forced place volunteers to just kind of get it going and said, hey, I think we can put this out there and see how much money we can raise and see if we can help out with some of these final expenses. And we were able to do so. And it became so successful that after talking to my aunt and cousins and so forth, I said, hey, we'd love to keep this in memory of him, to just kind of keep it going. And we were researching everywhere, man. Like, there's not a lot of stuff for fathers out there once they have cancer to kind of get some help. There is, but, as you know, us guys, you mentioned this earlier, we're not the brightest, so we don't want to fill out any forms. We don't want to go through that. We definitely want to get our family involved, because we want to, be the rock of the family. So that being said, we said, hey, why don't we just keep paying this forward and start asking for recipients and see if we can help out families every year. And since then, we've been able to help out over 15 families through this golf tournament. And every year it just gets bigger and better. And, we bring awesome people like you on with some connections that can get us to bigger and better things. And our sponsors just keep growing. And we couldn't do these things without amazing sponsors like, Smokin Cowboys Smokers and Glenn Rodriguez. Man, he's been there pretty much every single tournament cooking for us, whether it's hamburgers, briskets, like you mentioned. So he always donates his time. He always donates food. And he really does an amazing job of taking care of us.
You know what? You hit it right there, Jaime. And I think that's why I asked you that, if you ever needed help, that I wanted to be a part of Putting for Pops, because you can't say, Jaime, you're in so many golf tournaments. You belong to so many chambers of commerce, Rotary clubs. You're everywhere because you know what, you are in the community and you do have several offices. And you know what you do, it's a service. It's a service. You're in the service industry because you provide a great service for the city of San Antonio and other people, obviously outside of San Antonio, who can have policies with State Farm, but you've been to all these tournaments and sometimes you just don't know where that money goes. You don't know where, right? You hope it gets to where it's supposed to get to. And I think that's one thing for me where I can always feel so comfortable whenever I talk to anybody asking them to donate or asking to be a part of it or to have a team, is because I see exactly where that money goes to. And that's something I can sleep at night. And I'm sure you do, along with everybody that's a part of the committee or part of this tournament, because you actually see the good that it does. And we're going to talk later on in the show about last year's recipients and the process to how you can become a recipient and what are those qualifications. But like you said, man, we're talking about Smokin Cowboys Smokers. We got the owner and the operator on right here. I'm going to bring him on, and hopefully I'm going to kind of coach him up a little bit because let's see, I'm hoping we can get him on a little bit better. Glenn, I need
there
you.
He is. There he is. What's up, Glenn?
There he is right there, my dude. All right, I got Glenn Rodriguez right here from Smokin Cowboys Smokers. Glenn, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing well, doing quite well. Appreciate the invite, and Jaime, love doing this for you again. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you, man. I was just telling Andy right before you jumped on that I think you're the only food sponsor we've had pretty consistent on every single tournament. And it's been amazing. We get nothing but compliments after the tournament about your cooking, your food, whether it's the breakfast you do or a lunch you do. I mean, it's always amazing and on point. So we couldn't do this tournament without fantastic food because that's what people come out for. So we appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Well, Glenn, you weren't on yet, but I wanted to let you know a little secret. I told all my listeners that if there was one guy that kept going back for the brisket sandwich last year, it was me. All right. So I had about 5 of those things, right? I had about 5 of those things. So I just want to let you know I was the one, all right, that kept coming back.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad it was a lot of love. We cook with our team. We cook with a lot of love. Everything we put into it is all love. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, and you know what? I'm going to bring up some pictures from some of the stuff y'all cook, and I was just like, damn, and I'm over here, I'm doing some research on your Facebook and stuff, and I'm like, I'm looking for the next damn barbecue competition over here, man, because right here, like, look, there's some of that brisket that y'all do, and man, there's some of the brisket y'all do. There's a picture right here from Alamo Heights night, and I saw y'all do a lot of stuff, man. What are some of the foods y'all cook, or some of the things y'all bring to the table?
All the competitions we do, it's the brisket, chicken, ribs, and we've been doing this for the team since 2017, and I have a great group of guys on my team. Got about total 10 people. We got our pit masters, we got the Ys that contribute. So, it's an all-nighter thing. Cook-off start on a Friday, and we start cooking all day long till competition Saturday. And it's just cooking and drinking, and perfecting our meats, whatever we're turning in. So we've been fortunate the last few events we've had. We've placed top. We've got grand champion. We did a very small event down a couple of months ago for the Moose Lodge. Again, it was a charity event. We placed. We got tops there. Yeah, that one there. We're very proud on that. And then we did the Cibolo. That's another one. Another cook-off that we did was in Cibolo. We've been involved in the Cibolo for the last 4 years, and so a lot of the cook-offs that Smokin Cowboys do is we do them for all the charities. Everything that we've done, every bit of the cook-offs, it's for charities. All that money that's raised from the entry fees goes back to a good cause, and that's something that when I started this team with my wife and started putting it together, we started off small. Was that we were going to do this as a benefit to help people out. Besides doing cook-offs, we do a lot of benefits. I mean, we've helped out people cooking. They've had an unfortunate incident with a family. We've cooked up to 500 leg quarters, helped them sell plates. So whenever people need help, they reach out to us, and we love doing it. We enjoy doing that, try to help the people out. And we ask nothing in return other than a small donation for our time. Everything that we cook, that we do comes from all our pockets, from small donations. We have some sponsors, so I've been very grateful to have some good sponsors. Jaime Luna State Farm has been a sponsor of Smokin Cowboys. I have a AAA Sewer, the Latin Connection. We picked up a couple of new sponsors this year, so it's fun. I enjoy doing it, and again, just to be able to see you walk out with a happy face and a full belly, that just brings joy to me. So no, like I said, I enjoy doing this. I really do.
Oh, he got kicked off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and talk just a little. He got kicked off. Hopefully we'll get Glenn back on, because you know what, man, you heard that, Jaime, that he does a lot of charities, and you know what, it seems like he said he cooks it with love. Glenn cooks everything with love, and you can tell, and that's always great, because I know you're a people person. You always want to support the people that take care of other people.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like I said from the very beginning, just reaching out to friends and families and connections throughout the city that could help us, right, in any way, fashion, and form. And everyone's been very gracious enough to give us time, money, teams, you name it, from collision centers like High Gear Collision to, it used to be Caliber Collision, and now it's Classic Car Collision. Enterprise is an amazing sponsor of ours. We have Owens Corning, a ton of State Farm agents throughout the city. They're amazing that they donate their time and money to come out. So I rally them to help us out. So this became kind of a State Farm agent sponsored tournament by default. But, we love being out there. That's kind of the nature of, being a good neighbor, right? So, and we use everyone's connections that we possibly can. That's how we kind of wanted to bring you on board, because we knew you had a very deep connection to the golf community and could help spread the love. And the bigger this thing gets, the more families we can impact and really truly make a difference, because we don't set any restrictions on the money, right? So like you mentioned earlier, we give every single penny that we raise back to somebody fighting cancer. So and we show you the financials, Andy, in our meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Show, hey, here's what we've spent on every single line item, and then we turn around and say, all right, we're going to do this for these particular families. And it's amazing. I mean, it could be somebody's last Christmas together, and so they buy Christmas gifts with this money, or they take one final family trip, or just one more family gathering together before their final days. Because unfortunately, in this, what we do, man, with most dads fighting stage 4, is who we really look to help out. They don't make it. It's sad, because we would love to see them next year come out, and there's very few selected people that have kind of continued that fight, and some of them have passed on, and their families are behind us, and we still support them, and we still reach out to them to see if they're doing okay, and would like to join any facet of the tournament, from volunteering or anything they can do with their companies as well.
Man, and that's it. I was raised by 4 women, so you know what, I get emotional when I put my heart and soul, or when I believe in something. And you're right, Jaime. It's always so beautiful to see the past recipients, that are still here with us, and that are still fighting the fight, and then some that have lost their battle. That you still see those families come out and volunteer, and I think that's something that is so beautiful, because I think they know what Putting for Pops, what type of organization it is, and what it gives. And if it's just for that small moment, man, it's beautiful. And like I said, it's something great to kind of put your name on, put your heart into, and you get rewarded so much. You really do. All right, so I got Glenn back here. Got Glenn. Now, Glenn, I'm getting all sentido over here, man. You know what? I just want to know, Glenn. I want to know where did this all come from, though? Why do you want to help so many other people? Like, I mean, did something happen? Was there a situation? Because you know what? It's a labor of love, dude. And you know what? I'm one of these guys that just like to show up to the barbecue. I just want to see the end product. I don't want to be. Well, I do want to be there for the beer drinking. Don't get me wrong. But I just want to know, where did it all come from, man? Because it's hard.
It all comes from my mom. My mom raised me and my sisters. Always giving back to the community, and that's something that I've always done. Just giving back. Even when my wife and I, we lived in Houston, before moving back to San Antonio, we used to go out and feed the homeless. We make about 100, 150 sandwiches and water and chips, and we go park where the homeless hung out, and we'd feed them. We just would hand out bags. And I mean, my mom just has always taught me to give back. I grew up, my sister, grew up pretty, hard, being fortunate, thank God that, good education, good jobs, that I can turn around and give back to the community. And like I said earlier, we don't ask anything in return, just a happy face. That's the bottom line, just a happy face. But that's where it comes from, my mom, and I love her to death. Unfortunately, lost her a couple of years ago to COVID, and just, I always have her in my heart all the time.
Well, that certainly shows, man, in your cooking, man, and what you do, and the love and the attitude, and not just like, it's not just you. We could tell it's not just you. It's the people that you have around you, and that's your team, and we're so grateful, man. We're so grateful because everybody comes back, and I think some people like myself come back just for you, for guys like you, and for the food that you put out there, and for the things you do for the community. And I know Jaime and I, we want to thank you big time from the bottom of our hearts, from the committee.
Huge.
You're just, we appreciate you, man. You're a star, man. You're a stud, and we're so grateful for everything that you do for us and for other communities and for other charities as well.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be, like Jaime said, I've been, from moving back to San Antonio in 2017, I've been involved with it since every year, doing the lunches, the breakfast. So I always look forward to this, and, we're happy doing this, and we enjoy being out there. So hopefully one of these days I'll be able to break away from the pit and maybe, bring my irons out there and see what I can do.
He did sink the putt, Andy. He did sink the putt last year for the celebrity putt.
Well, he's already made one more putt than you have in all these years. Then right here, and I got a comment. I got a comment. Jeremiah Sierra, he's going to be a returning gross champion right here. Jeremiah Sierra, BBQ so good, I slapped Andy Torres. Damn. He did though. But you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it.
Good.
It's that good.
Very good. But like I said, it's fun. It's fun doing this. So see you guys in a few weeks. We'll want to keep it simple, but again, what Jaime has done with this putting for pops. I had an uncle that was a recipient years ago, and fortunately lost him to he lost the battle, but he fought for many years. So I want to thank Jaime and Putting for Pops for, like I said, honoring my uncle, also Albert Preciado Jr. So, he was a recipient also.
Yeah, great man and great family. I mean, they always, volunteer time and sponsor the tournament and go out there. So we've been extremely proud. Amazing plumbing company that they have, Triple A Sewer. I mean, they're just awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Glenn. Guys, I will make sure to include, and I've already done it, I will include your Facebook. That is Smokin Cowboys Smokers. All right. They are on Facebook. They can reach out to you. They can check you out. They can become part of the group, see all the good things you're doing. They could gain a few calories like I did through the screen. And hey, thank you, Glenn. And we're looking forward to seeing you on November 4th, Friday, out there at Olmos Basin. Thank you, brother.
We'll be there. Looking forward. We'll be cooking it up again. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate your time, man.
All righty. Bye-bye.
See you, bro.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome to have Glenn on. And you know what? You always want to hear why people do what they do. You always want to hear that. And I think that's awesome because you could, like you said, they cook with love. And you can always feel, and man, you do all these, man, you're like always, you're like in a tournament every other week, every other week, and you're in all these tournaments, and you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference from someone when they just cook to cook or when they cook for love. And you know what? That's great to hear. And man, there's some great freaking people, man.
Yeah, there's some amazing tournaments and foundations out there, man. So we just take a little bit from every one of them. And one of the things that was extremely important to us is let's keep a local flavor for everyone who does come out to that tournament. So, having Smokin Cowboys Smokers has been amazing. We've had Paisanos hosted the dinner, which I saw you get like 3 plates from them too at the end of the
I took one of the trays. I took one of the trays, man. Yeah. I felt bad for my wife. I was just, all that garlic was hitting, boy. All that garlic was hitting.
So we have, Evan Gamby, the general manager at Paisano, is a really good friend of mine, and he always, supports the tournament as well from gift baskets. So you can see some wonderful dinner, and so he's a big fan of ours, and so we push each other, and that's what it's all about. It's just kind of getting better for the betterment of these fathers going through this tough fight of going through cancer at a very tough level. And so we want to make sure that we can get the best of San Antonio and showcase some beautiful courses. This is now our fourth course that we about to showcase in San Antonio. So it's a lot of fun doing that and going around the courses and showing some people. And this Olmos Basin just got remodeled, and you and I are going to get to actually try it out on Friday to make sure we know where every hole is. I was telling my wife.
I like that.
Yeah.
Just
research.
To make sure that
we got to do research.
Just to make sure that everything's where it should be, right?
That's right. We had to volunteer to see what holes are going to do what. So I think it's fun.
No, man. And you know what? Olmos Basin is one of the gems of the Alamo City Golf Trail. And man, they redid that course. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. And for anybody who is this kind of like an Alamo Golf Trail like enthusiast, homer, like that was a treat. That was a treat, that course getting redone. Riverside's about to get redone here at the end of November. And so it's rare. It's rare to have golf tournaments. And I think the Alamo City Golf Trail, they started doing, I think, like 1 or 2 years ago, opening it up to the public. They did it at BRAC. We had it at BRAC last year. It was amazing. The pavilion, the weather was freaking perfect. And now, thank God that they added that pavilion as well, so we can host and we can be out there. And the course is looking great. It is. It's looking great. I see it. I pass by it every damn day. It's by my school. I'm over there I'm like that dog, that sad dog, in the back of the window looking, it's like, is the course thinking of me because I'm thinking of it,
That's right, man. I'm looking forward to being out there with them on Friday. And they have a great group of people that help us out behind the scenes as well. Lauren helps us now for the second consecutive year and really put this thing together so that it's flawless and like the pace of play is good and that we had proper setup for all of our events while we're there. So they really did a great job of hosting us. So big thumbs up for the Alamo City Golf Trail.
Right here. All right. I got my good buddy, where I just volunteered my time this Monday. I got Steven Escobedo. He is the leader of the San Antonio chapter for Ferries for Warriors. Bro, count Ferries for Warriors to help. All right. Well, you know what, Beto?
Awesome.
You can help me by getting a team together. I know.
Yes, sir, Steven. Thank you.
I know how much money y'all made this past tournament. So don't tell me it's not in the budget. All right. I know it's in the budget. He's such a good buddy of mine. Okay. So let me tell you. All right. We're going to go off subject because nothing is OB. So we had they had the Fairways for Warriors golf tournament at Golf Club of Texas. My buddy Jeremiah Sierra, who has a team for our tournament, but Putting for Pops is one of the returning champs. And him and Steven Escobedo, who is Beto, who is the leader of Fairways for Warriors here in San Antonio. He's got a dog. He's got a German Shepherd. And you know what? They got kicked out of the bar, and the dog got kicked out too.
The dog too? Wow.
Yeah, and I was because they asked them. They said, "Hey guys, who's driving you home?" And I think somebody said Sergeant, which is the dog's name. They're like, "All right, that's it. That's it. You're out of here."
Yeah, he's had enough too. Get him out of here. Uber time, baby.
There you go, Sergeant.
Yeah.
All right, and so I got one right here. It's not showing up here, but a good buddy of mine, Mike Osterman. How can I get involved with this charity event and help? So we're going to make sure to include it and post a lot of the show notes right here at the bottom, right here, guys, right here at the ticker. I got puttingforpops.org to register your team, donate, volunteer. Also, I will go ahead and put that up. And like I said, Jaime, it will be included in the show notes. I do have the banner. I do have the brochure out as well right here. Mike, if you can get me a team, Jeremiah's already got a team. I sure could use a team right here. We got our platinum. We got our sponsorship options right here. Platinum 3,000. Gold 2,000, silver 1,500, and a hole is 750. But you know what? There's so many things you get with those. Jaime, why don't you tell us a little bit about what they get for the platinum sponsorship?
Yeah, so you get 2 foursomes, right? So you get 8 players for your company. You get also a company banner displayed at the tournament with the other platinum sponsors, and then your very own banner for being a platinum sponsor. You get a tee box sign. You're going to get a super ticket for every player, which means that you get a chance for mulligans that we all need, of course. Raffle ticket. You'll get a putting ticket. You'll also get the chance to do the Big Daddy drive, which is a par 5 that you get to hit from like 150 out. And so that's all included in the super ticket. You also get logo recognition on all of the award ceremony stuff that we do, as well as another banners all over the pavilion. So you get a lot of exposure by being one of our platinum sponsors. And of course, you get letters from us, and we try to keep in touch with them, and we try to let them know, hey, your money's going towards this. And if they follow our Facebook page or they follow the website, they get to see amazing pictures of their company as well. So it's just a great opportunity for, not a lot of money to be able to get two teams out there and going for an amazing cause. So we would appreciate all sponsors, from platinum down to just even a team, any level that you can donate, even if you just can't make the tournament because it's just a rough day on a Friday morning for you to get out there, but you like the cause and you want to kind of get involved. You can just go to, puttingforpops.org, and there's a little button that you just click on, and you can donate via PayPal, just similar to Venmo and all that stuff. So if you go to our website, you can do that. But the more teams, the better. I told Alamo City Golf Trail that we're going to one up last year's. We finished at 32 teams. We want to get to 36 teams. So we have, 18, 1 through 18 A and B. That would be ideal. And a lot of fun going that way. And it's when you are a platinum sponsor, we try to put you guys together so you have a little, cart matchup game between each other, or get to enjoy each other. We have, NothingisOB is awesome too, because they sponsor the fan favorite, K.
Oh,
of
gosh.
course.
Hey, this is a family-friendly podcast. Family friendly. Right?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, you know what? It was some of Jaime's other sponsors that they're doing cake stands, all right, and they're holding up pace of play, and so that's one thing that we need to improve is the pace of play. All right, now, okay, so you talk about having two foursomes, right, back to back, of people Well, Jaime is one of these people that when you go in to play in a charity foursome with him, like a scramble, he always likes to play, like he always wants side action, right? He always wants side action. And you know what? He always likes to do dots for if anybody, like if we use your shot. Like, hey, let's say there's a foursome, it's myself and Jaime. And let's say we use Jaime's drive. He puts a little dot next to his name right there. He puts a little dot.
That's a big dot. If they use my drive, it's a big dot.
Yeah, because you know what? It's normally not your drive.
That's right. So it's a big dot.
That's right. And then let's say we use my putt, or I sank the putt. Hey, you get a dot too. And I'm just like, shoot, man, I thought this was a charity tournament. Next thing you know, I'm owing this guy like $30 at the end. And I'm like, shit, I hope it's tax deductible.
That's right. We give it right back.
Well, also, Jaime, talk to us just about what are some of the other things that are going to be going on there as well, because I know no tournament is complete without having some side games, some side raffles, and also some other forms of like you have some different types of charities, some different type of people that are working throughout the course to help us raise some funds while also having some fun and giving away some great stuff as well.
Yeah, so part of your sponsorship, we actually allow our clients or sponsors to come on out and give out whatever they want to give out, bring out whatever fun games at the tee box that they want to bring out. So we've done everything from cornhole to, wiffle ball challenges, you name it. So we have everybody from like Snap Fitness, who does a great job of sponsoring us every year, and they do like a little fun game, Culligan Water, Classic Car Collision. They also bring out, and not only do they bring out fun little games, they'll bring out some snacks and so forth. So those are kind of sprinkled throughout the tournament. And then we also have, we bring in somebody that does he's a long drive champion. Last year's, this guy was a stud. He was bombing them left and right for everybody.
But you also get, there's also, I think it was like a trip to Pebble Beach include. Like,
yeah, I know par 3.
Yeah, man, that was badass. Like, that was super badass, because not only in our golf tournament last year, like I think somebody won that trip to Pebble and somebody made the putt. I think, right? Somebody made like the huge putt, right?
Almost actually came within like this close to sinking that $5,000 putt. So we have that putting contest. Yeah, it was really, really close.
I know, man. I saw Bimler's butt cheeks, man. You could snap a walnut. You could snap a walnut with how tight they were.
Yeah. That's right, because he sponsors the Dimmler family sponsors the putting challenge. So when he saw that putt, he was like, "Oh, how do I put a claim for $5,000 for this thing?" So it's a really cool event, and the putting contest is like, man, it's like the 16th hole on that Waste Management tour. Everyone goes and gathers around this putt, and it's nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of fun.
And like I said, I think that's why we have the sponsors we do, and we have the people that have put their money out there, is because, again, at the end of the day, I think they know exactly where it's going. And it's so, like, I'm telling you, like, my mind was blown when you get those line item, you get everything, you get the budgets, you see how much it costs to put on a great quality tournament, but at the same time, how much money you raise, and then how much you can help people. Like, it was mind blowing. And I'm over here, like, it's just more numbers than I wanted to crunch. Thank God y'all crunch them, and I'm just there just to listen. Right. But I think that's one thing too, is that you want to raise money, and you want to have a badass way to raise money and keep bringing people back. And I know that's one thing that I really love, because I started heckling you. It was when we do the putt off at the beginning, right? I want more people. I want more people to heckle Jaime this year.
That's right. That's right, man. Absolutely. It's a lot of fun.
And it's awesome, man, because you see the recipients' families, you see them out there. And I think that's such a beautiful moment, and all joking aside, I think it's so touching, because you see that the people that are invested in the tournament, that want to see it do well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of my favorite, or the favorite part of the tournament, to be honest, is when we invite the past recipients or their families, if they're no longer with us, to come back, and if they can make it, to actually do what we call the ceremonial first putt, right? So just like a first pitch kicks off a baseball game, our first putt, it kind of kicks off the tournament. And that's what really gets everything going. It gets everybody in that right mindset that, hey, this is about them. This is about, playing and having a great time, and raising as much money as we possibly can to impact those families. And the more we help, hopefully one day that whole putting green's full of recipients. That's our vision, that to get that whole putting green full of just families and recipients that we've helped throughout the years.
And again, I think it's just you have so many people that want to be there, and you can tell, like, if people are just doing it as a money grab, or if people are doing it because somebody's telling them to do it. And we've had some great people donate some great items. My boys in the past, I had one of my good buddies, Richie Rubio, one of the pros out of San Antonio Country Club. I had Hanato Davila, who's getting a team this year and looking to donate something a little more than he did last year, from Dead Solid Perfect, the range out there on the golf range and training facility out there off of Blanco. I have, like I said, right there, Beto said, done, right? He said the team's done for Fairways for Warriors. I had Ben Carricker at the San Pedro Repair Shop donate like 6,000, like 6 dozen boxes of golf balls. And my man, Robert Vasquez out at Fort Sam, donate a golf bag. Like, just so many people want to help. And I mean, it's freaking beautiful. It is. And how can people apply to be a recipient?
Yeah, that's a great question. So on our website, there's actually a spot that says, please apply here for a recipient. And we made it as simple as possible. One of the things that we wanted to make sure that was very ease of access, right? So we wanted to make this a 1-page document, 1 to 2 page max. That's just very simple. Tell us your story. Tell us what's going on. How can we help? And we want to hear the background of each and every recipient. And then we take those in our board meetings, and we kind of shuffle through them, and we try to help out as many as we can. If we could get more money, we would help out everybody that applies. That's still a challenge, though, every year, to be honest with you, because, again, dads really going through this may not see this podcast, or may not want to get themselves involved. But if you're out there and you have a father, you've heard of an uncle, a family member anywhere around us that we'll donate to. We've had recipients all the way in Dallas. We've had recipients all over Texas. So if you're going through a certain struggle and you'd love for us to take a look at your application, please jump on puttingforpops.org, click that recipient information. It's literally one of the most easiest forms you can fill out. And all you got to do is fill out, email it, or fill it out right there online, submit it, and then we get it, and we will definitely respond to you to let you know, hey, here's what we got going on for you. and then we do our absolute best to try to get the money out to everybody before Christmas.
No, and man, I mean, we can't say it enough. We can't say it enough that this money is going to help some people. And why don't you talk, Jaime, just a little bit about the 2 recipients we had last year?
Yeah, both guys named John. Pretty strange there, but John Ebby and John Hay, they were both battling stage 4 cancer. John Ebby, actually, in that top picture that you're showing now, actually had the opportunity to play in the tournament, and he had the greatest smile in the world because he was just loving life, man. He was riding around the cart with Evan from Paisanos, and that's his beautiful family, and he was able to do that. On the lower picture, John Hay, he couldn't make it, unfortunately, because he's still going through some treatments, but they were very, very receptive of the fact that we reached out to them, and they had a huge humbling experience to say, hey, we would love to be a part of this going forward. So those 2 gentlemen were extraordinary, just amazing fathers. And so they left a legacy behind, because unfortunately we did lose both of them shortly after the tournament and after that picture, which was very, very sad, because those days, man, you can see it on their face. They had just a great smile. And I know that wasn't for just our tournament. That was for their family, man, to know that, hey, it's going to be okay. This will help us pay it forward. And you can see that check wasn't small, man. $5,000 for each one of them is a huge contribution to help even just pay the bills, which is the hardest part when your families are going through this whole process. Is these bills pile up, and so any little bit will help. And so those guys were amazing gentlemen, and I can't talk enough about what wonderful men they were and how their legacy will continue with tournaments like this.
That was one thing that I think that I got way more than I bargained for when you asked me to come on to be a committee member. You didn't tell me it was going to be like, super real, that, I thought it was just, hey, I know it's going to a good cause. You know what? I know this money's going somewhere, for I trust the people in this committee. I didn't know that I was actually going to be able to interact with the men and their families, right? And I think it was John Eby, man, what he said, when he received the check, that, he was just blown away. He was blown away by it, and how he was looking forward to just enjoying his family, and he was just going to love life as much as he could. And man, it was just like, it melted my heart, and it made me want to work harder for our tournament.
Absolutely. Those 2 gentlemen, if you remember, Andy, and they sat at the restaurant there at Paisanos, who hosted us graciously, and those 2 guys just kind of exchanged stories, and you could just see fun smiles about. It wasn't about, oh man, this radiation, these things are tough. It was just like, man, what a blessing we've been given to get to this point in life, and what a blessing it is just to be around family. And man, those guys sat and talked for, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, just about life. And it was just a beautiful thing to see them come together and bond over this crazy cancer experience. And yet the positive flow and the stream of love coming from those gentlemen was surreal.
You're right, man. You could, hey, these guys were lovers of life. That's for sure. Lovers of life. And they loved their family, and their families were just extremely gracious. I mean, they had gratitude flowing all over the place, and it was beautiful to be a part of. And I'm so thankful for anybody who gets a team together, whose company sponsors, who pays, who as an individual. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing. And I'm so looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next recipient, because I think at the end of the day, especially growing up in a Mexican household at times, hey, we're worried sometimes if the lights are going to stay on, as you growing up in, some rural in the barrio and the hood, and you're worried how things are going to, how bills are going to get paid. And these people are paying like thousands and thousands of dollars. I know you've had, the loss of your uncle, and we have some people close to us that are going through cancer. I know one of my good buddies just lost his mom to cancer, and cancer freaking sucks. And I don't like it. I don't like it on any level. And I just know how hard it is for a family, and how it could put so many people in a bind. And you know what? I think like what I remember when you, Paul, and Heinze were started doing it, I was like, man, that was a great freaking idea. Because who thinks about the bills? Who thinks about the medical bills? Who thinks about the stuff that maybe people that pass leave behind? Who thinks about, leaving their family in a better spot or somewhat comfortable, giving them a shot, right? Who thinks about that? I don't think anybody does. Y'all did.
No, yeah, it's amazing, man. And Kevin and Paul, who's on our staff, of course, Karen, her father's the one who passed. She's on our staff. Gina does all our marketing. She's phenomenal. But all of them have that sense of, of that nature to give back, pay it forward, and just they have the hearts of gold, man. And so they've all experienced it at some level that it was impactful to their families. From, Kevin lost his father at a young age. Paul recently lost his father just a few years back. And so, things like that stay in your heart forever. If we, just doing this for us, although, it's a lot of work behind the scenes, man, that day when we get to the check presentation, that is just, the icing on the cake, because it is worth every drop of energy that we do, every phone call that we make while I'm calling to, hopefully get more and more teams and more sponsorships. It's worth every single thing that we do to get the opportunity to impact them without restriction, which is, again, unheard of, right? Like, it's not like a grant that you got to use it for X. You can use it for medical bills, but if you want to take it to have, like I said before, a trip or gifts for the family, whatever the case may be, use it how you need it. We just want you to enjoy something one last time, if this is the last time, on our behalf, because we know what you're going through. We know we've been there. And so we want to make it as one more impactful statement for you.
Right here. I got one of the Facebook users out here. Shout out to Smokin Cowboys Smokers. AA, A and AA Sewer, Sign Gypsy, Sal of SA, the Latin Connection for all sponsoring Putting for Pops, a family of entrepreneurs that support this charity. And a shout out to get more lady golfers to come out. Yes, we need lady golfers.
That's awesome. Yeah, I need one.
And you know what? This is, Jaime, you have two daughters. I have two daughters, right? And this is like one of the moments that I'm almost there. My oldest daughter, she's a softball player. I'm teaching her to do nothing but smash that golf ball, smash that driver, baby. Give dad a chance. Hitting from the Reds. Give dad a chance to bring home one of the badass little whiskey barrels we have coming out. Once again, we're doing the whiskey barrels. Man, you know what? I'm over here begging, borrowing, and trying to steal with one of my boys who won the tournament last year for one of those damn whiskey barrels. And you know what? They were trying to give me the putter. They were trying to give me everything else they want except for that damn whiskey barrel. And we got some great prizes. What do we got? Why don't you tell some of these viewers and listeners, what are some of the prizes we got for some of our winners this year?
One of the cool things we're known for is the tee gift. And so every single golfer gets a tee gift when they come in. And we try to give everybody a really fun prize every year. This year, we're doing an amazing shoe bag with our logo on there, because we all know, all these golfers walk in with just holding on their shoes and stinking up the place. So we want to put them in a bag for you. And so we got a really cool shoe bag that we can throw a bunch of gifts in there as well. So that's the first thing that we do, is give you that. And a lot of our sponsors give us goodies to put in there. Like you mentioned, your sponsor, they give us golf balls. So we throw golf balls in there. We'll throw snacks in there, waters in there. So that shoe bag, we're trying to fill it up for everybody. So that's one of the fun tee gifts. But like she mentioned earlier, we do need more lady golfers. I mean, I think last year had maybe 4. And so the more the merrier. I mean, that would be amazing if we get more and more of the ladies to participate, because we all know they help us win. And there's no doubt about it. And so that's one of the cool things. Andy's wearing one of our pullover prizes that we gave at one of our tournaments. We've given out umbrellas. We've given out all kinds of stuff. But we are giving out the patent trophy is the whiskey barrel that we do for all the first place winners. And it's a sense of pride. Like you said, man, it's pretty cool to carry around. One of my buddies has it. He's a State Farm agent. He played with the team a couple of years back. They have it. He has it at his house. Every time I go over, I'm like, man, that's mine. Like, hook me up with that, dude. It's pretty cool. So we have the whiskey barrel. We have, we're going to be doing wedges as well for some of the champions. We're also going to be doing these Bushnell GPS speakers for the champions. Wingmans. That's right. And so we're giving away Wingmans this year. as well. And we got a ton of prizes that are raffle prizes, from cool bags, from like Modelo, for example. So we have a lot of cool bags that we give away in raffles. High Gear Collisions always gives us some fun stuff to give away for your trucks and vehicles. So we just get a lot of cool random sponsored gifts that we just like to give out, alcohol bottles, you name it, that we give out on our raffle. So it's definitely worth your time to come on out, spend afternoon with us, because you're not gonna go home empty-handed. That's for sure. You're gonna get something.
All right, hi man. I got a couple of questions. Just that, as you talk about all these State Farm agents, right? Is there any State Farm agent that is like your rival out there? like because you know what? Okay, because like I see like all these golfers all the time. Every time and I'm sure you know how it goes. Whenever you go to the course, like you see guys that you see all the time, right? Like everywhere at every course. And you're just like, man, hey, you say hi to him, and afterwards it's like, man, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand that dude. Are there any agents out there that you're just like that you just want to make sure that when those reports come out? I don't know if they would come out every quarter or something. I don't know. My wife used to work for you. I don't know, right? So, what are there any other agents out there that you just really want to make sure that you top their numbers?
Oh man, no, not at all. What are the cool things about State Farm?
Hey, podcast is over. Podcast is over. Get out of here, man.
No, man, everyone's, they're State Farm nice, man. Yeah, we like, obviously, a sense of pride to be at the top. And, I've been fortunate enough that our team is amazing. They do a great job every year of being in the top 5% of State Farm agents across the country. And that's 19,000 strong across the country. So our teams are in the top 5%. So, you can do the math. It's a very little number. So the fact that we're in that group means a lot. So everyone that is striving for that, if they beat us at some point and they're in that category, man, that's just helping State Farm, because that means we're getting better and better agents. So there's a little bit of rivalries here and there, just some smash talk. And
there we go. This is what I want to hear. This is what we want to hear.
There's no serious rivalry, but there is some like, hey, those numbers were cute last year, or hey, nice try. Like Lorena, she's a big sponsor of our tournament, so I always like to mess with her if we happen to be one notch above them, or even my buddy Travis or Rick Trevino. He just started his agency. He came out of our agency, and he's doing great. So we want to see him climb up the ranks. But it's more just in fun, because the more that we share, we get better for our customers. It's just even better for everyone around. So it's just a lot of fun, even when they're out if they're on the golf course and we're in a non-tournament setting, then yeah, absolutely, I'm trying to take their money.
All right, there you go. See, this is it. Hey, that's why you're my agent. Hey, Sharks. That's what Shark right there. Shark right there. But ABC, right? ABC.
Always be close.
All right. Another thing, you know what? So now that I have you on here, what were your thoughts when they changed Jake from State Farm?
It's funny you say that. I had a conversation earlier today, and I was at the conference last week with all of State Farm Corporate. The new Jake is the best campaign we've actually ever run as a marketing campaign. He has the most followers, not only in traditional social media and regular marketing, like you're talking about commercials. Like, this dude is like mega big. He's a
good looking black dude. He is.
He's a cool dude, man. And he's got 1 billion followers in the new metaverse. That stuff where I don't even understand it, but you got to put you put these goggles on and you're like in this other world. And he's got 1 billion followers already, man. So State Farm's been innovative to get into that and push the new Jake. And to be honest, the new Jake is just, man, he's everywhere. And he's a multi-big celebrity.
I dressed more like the old Jake. That's why I liked him. I had old khakis. I still got khakis from like 6-7 years ago. You know what I mean? The new Jake wears like these new fitted, like high, khakis, like where you show your ankle and all that shit,
Hey man, you got to adapt, bro. You got to adapt. And the new Jake makes us look bad if we're not working out on our end.
Hey, I know, man. I like to drink and eat my calories, and that's why I'm looking forward to our tournament. All right, guys. For anybody that doesn't know, our golf tournament, Putting for Pops golf tournament, will be held November 4th at the beautiful Olmos Basin golf course. Shotgun start is at 9 a.m. Registration starts at 7:30. All right, you don't have to put that up. That's okay. I will make sure to post it. I've already posted pictures. All right, I will continue to post the brochure out there. Please, if you have any questions or any idea how to donate, you can't make it. You just want to donate and support. Right there at the bottom, guys, on the ticker, puttingforpops.org. That's how to register your team, donate, or volunteer. We're in need of all of those things. All right. Please continue to support any of our sponsors. Please make sure you hit up Glenn Rodriguez and check out our boys at Smokin Cowboys Smokers. Great freaking people. And you need a State Farm agent. You need some insurance right here. But I don't know. Lorena's pretty good from what I hear.
Oh man, she's awesome. But hey, if you want the best, you got to come over here. Right?
Luna Nation. It's all about that Luna Nation,
baby.
right?
You got to have the Luna Nation experience, man. Come on over.
All right, Jaime, one of the last things right here that we'll finish out with, what has been maybe outside of anything that we've talked about today, you know, the ceremonial putt, what has been, and giving the checks away, what has been maybe one of your highs, one of the highs you've had from playing in the golf tournament? Because you know what, we're all golfers and we all want that golf euphoria, right? We all want that high, or we all want that next golf high, or where that brings us back to the course. What has been maybe your best golf moment that you've had from playing in any of our Putting for Pops tournaments?
Oh man, you know, my favorite event, my favorite hole of the entire event is something very unique to our tournament called the Big Daddy Toss, right? And that's an extension of your drive. So let's say, for example, you're on a par 4, everybody takes a crack at their drive, and you get the guy that just smashes one down the middle, right? So you're able to pick that ball up, everybody from that ball, instead of taking a shot for number 2, you actually can extend the drive by throwing it. So it gives you an opportunity to get those old, you know, football muscles going, or the old baseball wing going, and you get a chance to just launch this ball, and it's hilarious. We try to pick one that has a water hole so we can see all these balls just falling short into the water.
Dude, it's so embarrassing. I freaking hate that hole, dude. I hate those holes, right? Okay, so now I'm glad you said that, right? I'm glad you said that. So it was, I think, our first year, right? Our first year, and it was held at Fair Oaks, right? It was at Fair Oaks. And what hole is that one at? I think, what is it? 3, 4? 2. Okay, there you go. Yeah. It's 2, right? And it's a par 4 where the trees, it's blocking the trees. It's dogs, you know, dogs left, to the left, right? Left. And yeah, dogs to the left, and you have to either clear those trees or it lands good, or sometimes you'll hit through the fairway, right? Well, you know, we're sitting nice. I think I can't tell you how far we were away, but we were sitting nice, right? And we're watching the group in front of us throw the ball, right? And these freaking guys are throwing, and the ball's going nowhere, and it's going into the water, or it's hitting and rolling into the water, right? And we're over here like, oh no, man, these guys, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Well, shoot. Me and my boys, we proceed to go up there, and we all 4 throw a damn ball in the water. We're like this. It's hard to throw a golf ball. It's hard to throw a damn golf ball.
It is, man. For some. I
mean, come on, man. You're a weekend warrior. You play ball all the time, man. Come on, man. You know?
Yeah, no.
Hey, I coach girls fast pitch, man. So that's what we started doing. We started tossing them, because you know we were getting more lift and more roll, you know, by tossing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorite holes of all time. That's every year we pull up next to it when we're not teeing off, and we just watch people, and we're rolling over laughing and heckling people, saying, "Oh, that's all you got." So it's a fantastic hole.
Well, Jaime, thanks so much, man. I'm looking forward to the tournament. Make sure, guys, you continue to follow and check out Putting for Pops. We are on Facebook right there at the bottom on the ticker. There's the website. We will have more info, and we will continually have updates. If you want to hear anything more from NothingisOB, also, we will have it on there as well. Looking forward to a great tournament, Jaime, and hey, I hope to see y'all there.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. Appreciate it, man. And cheers to almost getting to 100, bro. I've been with you. I think this is my 3rd time with you.
It's your 3rd time, man. It's your 3rd time, and you know what? You get better every time. You're like a fine wine.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, I'm just trying to live up to the big old Andy over there. So,
congratulations, man. Thank you, bro. You're like a fine box wine. All right, Jaime. You have a good night, brother.
Hey, we'll see you later, man. Thank you guys out there, and we appreciate your support.
All right, I really want to thank my boy Jaime from Jaime Luna, State Farm Agency. I mean, he not only does what he says he's going to do, and he's a great agent. Not only a great agent, he's a great friend. And I'm so thankful for any of his customer service golf rounds that he likes to throw out there. You know what? And he invites me to a lot of golf tournaments, but unfortunately, my name is never on the card, right? My name is never on the card. It's always Bimler scratched out, or Brandon scratched out, or Vinny scratched out. My name is never on the card. But maybe one day I will get like a legit invite, like 2 weeks or a month ahead of time, not only the day before, the night before. He's calling me like an ex-girlfriend. You know, he's calling me for like a booty call. Hey, girl, you think you can make it to a round of golf tomorrow? You know, and I'm over here like stupid, like, yes, I'll take you back. I got you. Hey, yes, we can kiss and make up. We'll kiss and make up. But I'm so thankful for him. Putting for Pops. Please check it out. Puttingforpops.org right there to register your team. Donate to help out. Any of y'all that chimed in, I'm going to hit you up, because you know what? Don't just talk shit. All right? Don't just talk shit. You better come through, because you're some great people. It's a great organization, and always helps. I'd like to thank my presenting sponsor, FOREBROS Tour. FOREBROS Golf League. Hit us up. Check us out on Facebook. On Facebook for our schedules, our events, results. Never golf alone again. If you're looking for a game, we have a game going on every week. Yes, that's right. You heard it, every week. Please check us out on FOREBROS Tour on Facebook for any updates, schedules, events, and results. If you don't have a home, we have a home for you. FOREBROS, never golf alone again. Thank you to my bros for their sponsorships and always for their friendships. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for the guys. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Hey, we're episode number 89. All right. 11 more till we hit that big 100. I'm trying to hit up all my contacts and everything so we can make something special happen on that day. Remember, in the game of life, nothing is OB.